Criminal Code of Cambodia, 2009, Infringements on the Life of Human Being. Book 2. Infringements on the Life of Human Being. Title 1. Infringements on the Life of Human Being. Chapter 1. Intentional Infringements on the Life of Human Being. Article 199, Murder. Intentional killing of human being with or without a weapon under no aggravating circumstance as prescribed in Article 200, Premeditated Murder, to Article 205, Murder with torture, cruel act or rape, is a murder. The murder is punished by an imprisonment from 10 to 15 years. Article 200, Premeditated Murder. The murder committed with premeditation is an assassination or an ambush. Premeditation is a plot prepared before an aggression against a victim takes place. Ambush is an act of waiting for a person within a period of time in order to commit violent acts against him, her. Premeditated murder is punished by a life imprisonment. Article 201, Murder committed with utilization of poison. The murder committed with utilization of a poison is punishable by an imprisonment from 15 to 30 years. Article 202, Murder with aggravating circumstances in relation to victims. The murder is punishable by an imprisonment from 15 to 30 years when it is committed. 1. On a person particularly vulnerable due to his/her age. 2. On a woman with pregnancy where this pregnancy is apparent or known to the offender. 3. On a person particularly vulnerable due to his/her sickness or disability while his/her conditions are apparent or known to the offender. 4. A government official, as civilian or military, during his/her official functions or during the performance of his/her functions. Article 203, Murder with aggravating circumstances, depending on targets. The murder is punishable by an imprisonment from 15 to 30 years when it is committed. 1. On a victim or a civil party in order to prevent the latter from denouncing the offense or demanding the reparation of the damage. 2. On a witness in order to prevent the latter from becoming a witness during an inquiry, an investigation or a court proceeding. 3. On a victim or a civil party, because he/she has denounced an offense or has demanded the reparation of his/her damage. 4. On a witness due to his/her testimony given during an inquiry, an investigation or a court proceeding. Article 204, Murder committed by civil servants. The murder is punishable by an imprisonment from 15 to 30 years when it is committed by a government official, as civilian or military, during his/her functions or during the performance of his/her functions. Article 205, Murder with torture, cruel act or rape. The murder preceded or followed by a torture, cruel act or a rape is punishable by a penalty of a life imprisonment. Article 206, Additional penalties, categories and duration. For the felonies laid out in this chapter, the following additional penalties may be pronounced. 1. Deprivation of certain civil rights definitively or for a period of not more than 5 years. 2. Prohibition against pursuing a profession during which time the crime was committed in course of or during the occasion of pursuing of this profession definitively or for a period of not more than 5 years. 3. Prohibition against taking a residency for a period of not more than 10 years. 4. For a convicted foreigner, prohibition against entering and taking residency in the territory of the Kingdom of Cambodia definitively or for a period of not more than 5 years. 5. Confiscation of any instruments, materials or any objects which have been used to commit the offense or were intended to commit the offense. 6. Prohibition against possessing or carrying a weapon definitively or for a period of not more than 5 years. 7. Posting the decision of sentence for a period of not more than 2 months. 8. Publication of the decision of sentence in the newspapers. 9. Broadcasting the decision of sentence by all means of audiovisual communications for a period of not more than 8 days. Chapter 2. Unintentional infringement on a life. Article 207, Unintentional homicide. The act causing death to another person that constitutes an unintentional homicide is as follows. 1. An imprudence, a carelessness or a negligence. 2. Violation of an obligation of safety or of prudence/carefulness imposed by law. The unintentional homicide is punishable by an imprisonment from between 1 year to 3 years and by a fine from between 2 million rials to 6 million rials. Article 208, Additional Penalties, Categories and Duration. The following additional penalties may be pronounced for the unintentional homicide. 1. Prohibition against pursuing a profession when the offense was committed while carrying out this professional task or on the occasion of carrying out of this profession for a period of not more than 5 years. 2. Prohibition against driving a motor vehicle of whatsoever type for a period of not more than 5 years. 3. Suspension of the driver's license for a period of not more than 5 years. 4. Prohibition against possessing or carrying a weapon for a period of not more than 5 years. 5. Posting the decision of the sentencing for a period of not more than 2 months. 6. Publishing in the newspapers the decision of the sentencing. 7. Broadcasting the decision of the sentencing by all means of audiovisual communications for a period of not more than 8 days. Article 209, Criminal Responsibilities of Legal Entities. Legal entities may be pronounced to be criminally responsible according to conditions of Article 42, Criminal Responsibilities of Legal Entities, for offenses provided in Article 207, Elements of Unintentional Homicide. Legal entities are punished to monetary fine from 10 million rials to 50 million rials and 1 or more additional penalties as followed. 1. Dissolution according to modalities determined by Article 170, Dissolution and Liquidation of Legal Entities. 2. Placement under the court surveillance according to modalities determined by Article 171, Placement under the court surveillance. 3. Prohibition against operating one or more activities according to modalities determined by Article 172, Prohibition from operating activities. 4. Closure of the establishment which was used to commit offenses according to modalities determined by Article 176, Closure of establishment. 5. Prohibition against operating the establishment which is open to public or used by public according to modalities determined by Article 177, Prohibition against operating the establishment. 6. Posting decision on punishment according to modalities determined by Article 180, Posting decision. 7. Publication of decision on punishment on newspapers or broadcasting on all means of audio-visual communications according to modalities determined by Article 182, Broadcasting decision by all means of audiovisual communications.